Hi there, my name is Taro Iwamoto. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get in and out of a chair without irritating your shoulder. And after you have any shoulder injury, surgery, such as rotator cuff repair, replacement of the joint, or fixation of the humerus, or just you have acute shoulder injury and then you're in a sling, immobilizer or something, any little movement that irritates and causes pain. Okay? So, because the shoulder joint is the most mobile joint in the human body, and meaning that it's the least stable joint. And any movement of the body that moves the shoulder. So that's why it is really difficult and to keep it stable and steady, and that's why it is really difficult. And for a lot of people with the shoulder injuries, and to sleep comfortably, because sleeping, you move a little bit and then that causes movement of the shoulder and pain. So similarly, and getting out of the chair, and this is where most people have not really perfected and how to stand up, and that sequence and coordination and the timing of this movement. But unless you have any injuries and then that compromise your ability to do that, then you don't really, you can get by because you can compensate, right? So you stand up and you can just use the momentum, but you don't even realize that you are using the momentum, that you don't even realize that you don't have a perfect timing and coordination, but you can do it still fine until you have some injury, and then that will let you know that that is a problem. You can't do it, and it'll let you know because you have pain, and so forth. So if you're slowing down, okay, so I'm going to break down the sit to stand, and then you can start to see why the sit to stand can cause the pain in the shoulder. So if you're going to stand up slowly and slowly standing up from a chair, okay, and most people, from my experience and observation, right, is that they don't shift the weight forward enough, and then they prematurely and trying to stand up from here. And the result is that they can still overcome that resistance, and even though the coordination is not perfect, but they can still overcome that by using a little bit of momentum, or sometimes they assist with the arms, okay? Push through the armrest and stand up, right? So because of that, the lack of the timing and coordination and poor sequence of the movements, and then from here, okay, so then it starts to prematurely stand up. And notice what happens is you start to actually compensate, and it starts to increase effort in your neck and in the shoulders there. And see what happens when the shoulder is extremely sensitive from injury, from a surgery, that the same movement strategies that you have been using, it's now all of a sudden becomes very, very painful, and then you can't do it, right? You feel it. You don't want to stand up because every time you're trying to stand up, and then you use the shoulder, and then that is a problem. So this is an opportunity now for you, okay, and to really improve this sequence, timing, coordination of sit to stand movement. All right, so you've got to really slow down, and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm pretend my left shoulder is the injury side or surgical side. Okay, then I'm in a sling, immobilizer or something, so I can't move. I don't want to move, right? And so you really have to slowing down the movement. And as I said, most people prematurely initiate the standing, okay, from here. So what you have to look at is where's the base of support, right? So I'm sitting, my feet here, and then I'm sitting on my sit bones here. All right, and then my body's up here. So as you're coming over here, so the base of support is around here, right? And I'm keeping my center of the mass, or most of the weight over here, then you can see my weight is relatively towards the back of the base of support. Then I'm trying to stand up, and then you can see you're gonna start to actually fall backwards. Then you don't have to actually counteract that force taking you backwards in order not to fall. Therefore, that is gonna activate your shoulders, and then you don't want to do that. So think about bringing the whole center of the mass over right here, okay? Over the base of the support, which is right here, underneath here. Okay, so you go lean, 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 lean here. Okay, and then coming back. So the first practice you're going to do is you pay close attention to your shoulder, okay, and your neck in this area as you're leaning forward. And then as soon as you feel that you're starting to protect and then starting to tense your shoulder, and then you stop coming back. Okay, so that has become habitual pattern and habitual movement pattern. And then that you need to learn to let that go. Right here, keeping the shoulder relaxed and leaning forward. You can support your arm, okay, if you don't have a brace. And leaning forward, leaning forward, leaning forward, and then paying attention that there is no increase in the tension in the shoulder. You can see your arms are, and your neck and your arms, shoulders are staying loose, like that. And coming back. So first you need to practice being able to comfortably and smoothly shift your weight forward without tensing, okay? Because by having done this way for probably many years, and that has become pretty much habitual and automatic. And unless you slowing down and then pay attention and how you shift your weight, and then most likely my guess is that you're going to do that, okay? So don't do that, leaning forward and coming back. And once you're getting better and be able to keep this neck and shoulders loose and relaxed, and you pay attention to your bottom here. So the weight is going to transfer over to your feet. And as the weight shifts, allowing the weight to shift over to your feet, okay? And then you notice your bottom is going to become a little bit lighter, right? A little bit lighter. So you practice weight shifting from your sit bones, okay? From sitting here and transferring into your feet, down to your heels, there. So as you continue to move towards that direction, and then notice that naturally, your bottom, the weight is starting to lift away from the chair. All right? But still pay attention to your neck and your shoulders. So there's nothing, no tension here. There's no tension here. Okay? And then by the time that your bottom is starting to lift away from the chair, and then your weight is pretty much supported, and then your weight is onto your heels. And then from here, now you're already beginning to standing up. And then sitting down, it's pretty much the same in reverse, right? You're going to reverse that movement. Okay? So when you continue to practice shifting the weight without tensing through your neck and the shoulders, and then allowing the weight to shift from your bottom to your feet, more towards the heels, down here. And as you continue, and then at some point you find that you are already standing up. And that's when you actually start to stand up. And then sitting down, you're going to reverse that movement. So there is no point that I lose the control and then I fall back onto the chair. So I'm not falling back onto the chair. I'm sitting down. So when you are able to refine this movement and details and be able to move from a point A to point B so smoothly and without any unnecessary tension, your neck particularly, and in your shoulders. And then you find that there is less disruption and less movement around the shoulder during that transfer and transition movement. And therefore, it's going to be easier for your shoulder, and you'll be able to smoothly transfer in and then out of the chair without causing too much movement and too much pain in your shoulders. So I hope that this video is beneficial and helpful for you, and it makes sense to you. So please do practice, and I highly recommend that you do practice, but do it slowly. Okay, so just watch the pace that I was doing, and this is so easy and to do fast, and then continue to reinforce the same habitual movement patterns and over. Then what you're going to end up is you're going to feel the pain. Okay, because you're doing the same way and over. And really the way that you are going to let go and remove your habitual patterns, unlearn your habitual patterns, is by slowing down the movement, so that you can start to actually see when you start to use this, when you start to increase in tension in your shoulders and in your neck. And then that is when you actually learn to let go, and then be able to transfer the weight more smoothly from your bottom and to your feet towards the heels, and then sort of allowing the bottom to lift up, and then there you're standing, and then you're reversing that movement to sit down. Okay, so if you have any questions, and please let me know, and you can just write the comments in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, and please hit the like button. And then if you're new to this channel, and if you enjoy this video, and please consider subscribing to this channel. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.